Good morning, everybody. How you doing? I told y'all I'd do a follow-up on the Anker that I ordered. I left a short video the other day just letting everybody know I did receive it. Gave you a little peek at it. Here it is. I've had time to use it. I've been using it all weekend, every minute I could. But I just wanted to let y'all know, what I thought about it, how I liked it and everything. Was the hype true about it, or is it just another 2,000 watt generator? Well, number one, everybody's talking how well built it is, the plastic, heavy duty and all that. Let me tell you what, it is. It is superior built than the other ones, even the Blue Eddies, Alcatels, all them. I mean, this thing is a tank. But this thing, I'm really impressed with it. I truly am. On the warranty, it's got a shock warranty, a drop warranty. I mean, this thing, they know it's well built and they're standing behind it 100%. 5-year warranty, bumper to bumper. If the wheel cracks or breaks, they'll fix it. Any problem at all, for 5 years from the date of purchase, it's covered. You have no worries. I will give them that. If they stand behind that, 5 years, they know they got a good product. So, right there's the outside box it come in. And right here's the main box. It was inside the brown box, very well packaged. Top and bottom, a whole bunch of formed foam. There ain't no way, there's no way it could be damaged unless they just meant to damage it. But just wanted you to know, it is well built. Give you a good little look of it. It's got the vents in it. You got your little handle, like a luggage. It's got the wheels. You just pick it up, push the button, put it back in. The top of it, it's got if you can see the lines in it, it looks like a carbon fiber is what it looks like. But it's well built. It really is. Vents on this side. Fans, for good airflow. Got your wheels. Just like pulling a piece of luggage, Like I said, right there's the outside box that everybody sees. And then this one's inside of it. Give you a good look at it. Let you read there for a minute. You can pause it. If I'm going too fast, just pause the video. Right there, like I said, they stand behind that. Look at that. Series 7. GAN Prime. As far as I know, they are the only ones that's got this technology, and we'll get into that. It comes with your manual. It's in the Chinese and American, I think Spanish, 3, 4, 5 different languages in there. Right here you got your AC cable to charge. Plug it up to the wall. Plug this into the back of your power station. It's got a built-in inverter, or a power brick, power brick. You ain't got to lug around no power brick or nothing. It's already on the inside. Right here is your car charger. Plug that into your ladder port in your car. Plug the XT60 in the back of this while you're driving, camping or whatever. If you do that thing, I wouldn't drag this thing camping. It's too heavy, too nice, and too expensive. But if you do, if you're traveling, plug that up. It can charge while you're driving. Right here is your solar XT60 male in the back of your power station. And their factory, you can get 5 of their solar panels and hook up to this. And I was hoping, they said they were going to update this, redo it, make it safer. Because this thing, I'm going to be honest with you, you plug in 1 solar panel, or even 2, or even 3. If you got one of these opened, if you can see them pins, they're right there. Let's say I had solar plugged into 1 or 2 of these, and there's power going through this. If I was to go like that or something, you know, hit it just right and hit two of these together. Let me tell you what, I might as well stick my finger, you know, over there in the wall socket. Because I'm going to tell you, you're going to get shocked big time. And I just wanted everybody to know, too, on the back of this, for your solar and car and all that, it takes the XT60 male into the power bank's female. Let me show you real quick here. Right there's your solar XT60 female. That's a fuse, you know, for protection. Right there's where you plug up your wall cord for the AC. But this right here, you plug into that. And that's the only way for solar. And if you're like me, I use these right here. It's the Anderson cables. The little Anderson ends. Let me take this out and show you. Most of you know what I'm talking about. You know, these come right on the cords, and I like these. They're easy plug in, plug out. Got my Alcatel running, as you can see. Doing my refrigerators and freezers as normal. But, easy way of doing this. I ordered this off of eBay. I forget the seller, but they're on there. And what this is, it cost me, I'm going to go overboard and say shipping and all $6. But I honestly think it was like $4 or $5. But at your XT60 male, and he has put, the seller put an Anderson on for me. They're on there. They're not much at all. And that way I just hook my Anderson cable up to this, XT60 up to this. Goes right in the back of my power station. That way I ain't got to buy big long cords for $20 and $25 and all that. But just wanted to let y'all know that if you do decide to get this, you know, that's an option. Turn it on there, 100%. And it's kind of like a sleep mode. It's not like you can really turn it off and then you got to hit the button to power it all back up. Hit it to turn it all and let it power back down. It's like a sleep mode. You just hit that button, it wakes up and comes on the screen. If you want to do your AC, you just hit the button there. Hit it off. DC, you can see the little icon. Click on there. Turn it off. And that little blinking light right there, that is your Bluetooth. This does have an app for Bluetooth. And as I've said before, you know, Bluetooth is nice. Yeah, it's handy. It really is. You can do a little bit more in it than you can right here pushing buttons. You don't have to have it. I'm not a big fan of it, you know. But it come with it. Hey, you know, I like it. It's fine, but I can live without it, you know. But for the money that you pay for this, yeah, it should come with Bluetooth. But figured we'd just talk about it a little bit. Let me grab my notes here. This is the Anker 767 Powerhouse Station. It's got the GAM Prime Powerhouse, 2,048 watts, 5-year warranty, bumper to bumper, 10-year lifespan. All that's right on the box, like I showed you. It's the suitcase design. You know, pull out the handle and pull it and roll it around. You ain't got to break your back. It weighs a touch over 65 pounds. You know, it's not bad, but I wouldn't want to lug it all day, you know, especially like I said, camping or something. No, I would not take this camping. This is for a good home backup if your power goes out a few days, a week, whatever. You know, it depends how well prepared you are, if you got other generators or not. This right here, it's got the 30 amp RV plug. It's not actually 30 amps, but you know, you can hook your RV up to it. I'll get back to what I'm trying to say about that in a minute. It's got 4 AC outlets, 2400 watt total right there. It's got 3 USB-C. I always say that wrong and I apologize. But 3 USB-C ports. 100 watt each. It's in one circled in the blue. And then you got your USB-A ports, the two bottom ones. You got two of them, 12 watts each. That's your DC right there, as you can see. You got your car outlets right there, two of them, 12 volt, total 120 watt. You can see them right there. Nice little dust cover plug for it. A light bar with actually 4 settings. It's got the high, medium, low, and SOS. And I'm going to flash it, but it's probably going to blind you, to be honest with you. 1, that's low, medium, high. And the SOS is in the app. If you can, you might hold that button in. I don't know. I'm not going to do it. No big deal. But like I said, medium, or low, medium, and high, and a SOS on that. And it does put out really good light in the dark. I tried it, and it don't blind you. It's just kind of like a big LED light. It kind of like a yellow light. It don't blind you, but it really lights up the room. I will give them that for that. Has a good design right there. As far as charging, you got your AC wall charge. That was the cord I showed you up there in the little bag. 2 wires. It can go up to 1440 watts, 1440 watts. And in the app, it actually gives you the control of when it's plugged up to the wall. You can charge from 400 watts up to 5 to 6 to 7, all the way up to 1450. You know, I got mine set on 750. You know, I think that's enough, because believe it or not, you know, the higher you go, the hotter your wires in your home is going to get, which I'm sure they can take it. Don't get me wrong or scared or nothing. I would just rather play it on the safe side. You know, if the power's out and you need to charge this thing up real quick or something, you know, you can hook it up to a generator and put it on 1450, and it'll charge, you know, in 2 hours. But, you know, if you just want to set it down for 400 or 500 and let it slow charge, because the faster you charge, it kind of takes a wear on your batteries little by little. It ain't going to hurt it at all to do it, you know. But if you've done it every time at 1450, I believe that's what it is, but 1440. But if you've done that every time, you're going to take some life out of your batteries. So, you know, you got to take care of them. You know, if you're not really in a big rush, you know, put it on 750, 500, something like that. You know, just let it take its time. You get more life out of it. I'll put it that way, before it gets to the 80%. You know, in 10 years, like I said, from 100% full, you know, your batteries, they'll work at 80%. And then you're probably still going to get another 5-10 years out of it, depending on how you take care of it. So, you know, just keep that in mind. You know, me, myself, I don't use quick charge like that unless kind of it's an emergency. I really need it, which it ain't happened to me yet. So, thank goodness. But solar charging, 2.5 hours, and it can take up to 1,000 watts of solar. That is a lot. I mean, I'm flat telling you that's a lot, you know, for a little power bank like this. So, my Blue Eddy array outside, they're at 700 watt. And man, I can charge these things up in about, from dead to full, in about 2.5, 3 hours. You know, as long as I can get the full 650, 700, something like that. I have actually seen it go up to 702 or 703 watts. So they're pretty good solar panels. But this thing will suck in 1,000. But, you know, it don't have to be that. You know, you can put 500 on it. You know, no big deal. Just the more you got, the quicker it'll charge. But car charging, 19.6 hours. You know, from dead to full, which, you know, in reality, how many of us take it out to the car to charge the whole battery from dead? You're goofy if you do. Only way I can ever even see you hooking it up to your car is if you're traveling, you know, and it's going to take you 2 or 3 hours to get to your destination, hook it up, let it be charging while you're driving. That's it, you know. But these do have an expansion pack battery that you can purchase. It's a 2,000 watt. So that will make this more or less total of 4,000 watts together. It sits right on top. It's shaped like a big square just like this. No buttons or nothing. You just plug it up and it's just extra battery is what it is. It's called the Expansion Pack 760. And that's the model number of it. This is a UPS mode. Like I've told y'all before, showing y'all. You can take this, plug it up to your wall, and then take your, let's just say, refrigerator and plug it up to this and go away for the weekend. And if the power goes out, bad storm comes through, power goes out in, what they say, I think it's, 20 milliseconds. So you know what 1 second is? Well, you're down to 20 milliseconds. In 20 milliseconds, your power goes out, this will kick on in 20 milliseconds. In your refrigerator, you might see the light dim just for a split second. That's it. So, and this will take over and keep your food fresh, your refrigerator going, you know. And then when the power does come back on and restored, in 20 milliseconds, it flips right back to your home electricity. So, UPS mode is great. And this is a pass-through. That means I can hook my refrigerator up to this, plus hook the solar up to it, and it'll charge. Or hook it up to the wall, you know, and it'll charge while it's, you know, powering your appliances or whatever you're using it for, power tools, lights, you know, whatever. So just remember that if you do get a power station, me personally, I recommend a 2,000 watt or larger, pass-through, and if possible, UPS. You know, I don't really use it that much, but it's handy if you need it. But definitely pass-through charging. You definitely want that. And 2,000 watt or larger. Under that, truthfully, they're just good for keeping a TV on or powering your iPad or phones or something. That's really it, you know. All of mine are 2,000 watt above, except for my little Alcatel CN505. It's a 614. I kept calling it 540. I don't know why, but it's a 614 watt. And I use it for my TV only and my cameras for when the power's out. That way I ain't got to waste the juice of my big ones here, my 2,000 watt ones. I use them for my refrigerator and freezers. But again, you want pass-through charging. We'll move on. I'm rambling. Let's see here. And yes, when you're charging, you can, this is not dual charging, and that means you can't plug it up to the wall and charge it up, plus hook up your solar. What it'll do, AC takes priority. If you plug them both up, it'll just charge through your AC outlet on your wall. If you unplug it from the wall, then secondary, it goes to solar. So I just wanted you to know that, you know, a lot of them will take both. But again, you know, it's what you want, you know, and what you're comfortable with on price and all. But really, that's no big deal to me. But I just wanted to let y'all know that and put it out there. See here. Again, on customer service for this company, Anker. Let me tell you, I have dealt with Blue Eddy. I have dealt with Alcatel, and Alcatel I think is a great customer service. Truthfully, I love Blue Eddies. They're a great machine, but their customer service sucks. It absolutely sucks. I mean, I have called like 3 or 4 times, and I have never received a call back. Not once. I've received one email. That's it. But I literally, just to try them out, I called this company, and the phone number is on the bottom and for the U.S., and I'm being truthful with you. I called them, and you go through the computer crap, you know, a little robot talking to you or whatever for just a minute or two. It connects you to Anker. It's got another company on there, I guess they own or something, but it tells you, you know, do you want Anker or do you want this one, you know. You go through it. Literally within 3, I'll go overboard. I'm really going overboard. 5 minutes. Really didn't take that long, but I'm just saying. You were talking to a human being. Very nice lady the first time. Nice lady the second time and a gentleman the third time. And I'm going to tell you what, I called 3 times. Just little bullcrap questions, I asked about the warranty like I didn't know or nothing, But I done it just to see how their customer service was. And let me tell you what, it is excellent. Second to none. And I do mean that. I mean, when you can actually talk to a human being within, again, 3-4 minutes, that's great. That's impressive right there, truthfully. But they'll explain everything to you. On one, I was asking about the solar panels, volts and amps and all that. And this woman, she explained it to me in all the best she could. She says, but I don't want to lead you wrong. Let me connect you to our department that handles that stuff. And I was just like impressed. I was like, man, you're actually helping me. And she put me through to them. They answered all my questions, which I pretty much knew them. Again, I was doing it to just test them, I guess you could say. They passed with flying colors. And then I sent 3 separate emails, different days. And let me tell you what, within 24 hours, one was like 27 hours, but all 3, I got them back more or less within 24 hours. The one was 27. I mean, I was just like, man, they're on the ball. Great company as far as customer service. Can't beat them. I guess that's why that 5-year warranty's on there. They're going to stand behind it, and I believe they will. But I just want to let y'all know that. And I've done a test on my large refrigerator in my dining room, the one I always test on. If you watch my other videos, you'll see which one I'm talking about. But I hooked it up at full charge. My battery was full. I started the time. Let me tell you what, I got 27.5 hours out of that before it shut itself off. 27.5 hours. That is impressive off of just this unit. One full battery. So, storm comes, it's one refrigerator I ain't got to worry about, So, I just want to let y'all know that. And my Blue Eddy on the same refrigerator, I'd have to get into my notes, but if I ain't mistaken, it was like 24 hours, 23 and a half to 24 hours. My Alcatels, they done it, I think it was for like 22.5 or 23.5. I believe it was 22.5 for the Alcatels, which is them right up there if you can see it on my little gun cabinet. But that's impressive. 27 hours and a half for a refrigerator. Let me tell y'all people, that is great. For a 2,000 watt, 2,048 watt, but that is great. It does have the Bluetooth app. All you got to do is right here. Let me turn this on. Right there's your Bluetooth. I've already got it hooked up, but you hold that little button right there for 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds. And it activates it. And this will start blinking, the little Bluetooth sign. And you put your phone about right here. It says to hold it close. I just laid it on top. And I'm telling you, within like 3 to 5 seconds, your phone accepts it. And you get on there and you just, go through the motions. 2 or 3 steps, that's it. That's all it was. And you can literally run the lights, turn on, turn off the AC, DC, what kind of current you want for recharging, like I said, from 4 something to all the way up to 1440, whatever. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressive. You can get in there, and they've got a new update for this. I guess when they first come out with these, something about the peak power. Somehow it wouldn't go all the way up to the peak, but they put a new update. I installed it on mine just in case. But after I talked to the woman on their customer service, she told me the newer ones, like mine, already has it in there. But she said, no big deal. You just installed it again. It don't hurt it at all. So don't worry about that. I mean, so far this thing is great. Let me see here. It's got a silent charge and high-speed charge. You can click either one of them, and it takes you right from the bottom to the top if you don't want to go through the motions of what wattage you want or whatever. And before I forget, I want to tell y'all that the GAM Prime on here, see, they show that GAM Prime. some kind of chip. I'm not pretending to be no scientist or nothing, but what it mainly does is that, let's say I hook a big old air compressor up to this thing, and then you know how when you first turn it on, that compressor, it has to get a peak surge of power to get it going, and that'll raise this thing, you know, up to the top. Well, what this thing does, let's say that thing after it's running, it's still too much power, and it can be anything: a power tool, a generator, a house, air conditioning and heat. I don't know. I'm just saying, let's say that sucker is a little bit too much power for this thing, you know, just a little bit over. Instead of this thing just kicking off, what this thing does, it'll lower the voltage automatically. That's what's into that GaN Prime. It's a smart chip, more or less, but it knows, hey, that's too much power for me, so I'm going to lower the voltage to where I can handle it. It'll slow that compressor down just a little bit, but it'll keep running. Ain't no other generator I've ever heard of can do that. This is the only one that I know of. So keep that in mind. You are getting a little extra with this generator, you know. So more or less, it'll run pretty much anything, you know, reasonable, you know, appliances and all that, tools, air compressors. You can set your screen time to 30 seconds, stay on, 1 minute, whatever. And that's right here. That right there, instead of wasting all that energy, you know, I know it don't seem like a lot, but that adds up, you know, that light being on, showing you everything. But, and that's your battery bar going around that 100%. It'll go from the right and start going backwards. You know, the more juice you use, you'll see it disappear. But you can set your screen time. I've got mine for 1 minute. You can set it for 30 seconds, 2 minutes, you know, whatever you prefer. You know, I figure 1 minute's long enough. On the app, it'll tell you the temperature inside, the battery temperature, which is nice. Again, you can control all of your ports and your lights and all that. Full control in the app. You can sit in your living room and control this thing and it here in my bedroom. It's got a power saving mode, which that is if you're, like I got a phone hooked up to it charging. See, it just went off 1 minute. If I've got my phone on this charging, and in 20 minutes it gets to full charge, well, this thing senses it, I think, and I'm wanting to say in 15 minutes or 30 minutes. I'd have to read it again. A lot to remember, sorry. But in 15 to 30 minutes, something like that, it'll automatically shut off your USB port, whichever one you're using. That way it's saving the power. You're not wasting it, you know, which is great, really. Because, I mean, how many times have you forgot something's plugged up and all you're doing is using your battery? So it tells itself, hey, it's full. I'm shutting down, you know, shutting that part down, the USB port. So that's cool. It's very quiet fans. I mean, holy crap, are they quiet. The only time they got loud, I've done a test. I hooked up both refrigerators, both freezers, and I done it at the same time. I just literally took my cord and plugged it into the unit here, and where it was at peak surge, the fans kicked on. You know, it was telling itself, holy crap, that's a lot. Turn the fans on, cool these batteries down, which they weren't even hot yet, but it's programmed to do that. Other than that, and they went back off in 30 seconds, you know, something like that. But that was the only time. Other than that, you literally can't even hear them. I walked in here, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and the fans were on, and I walked through and I could barely hear anything. And I was like, what is that? And I got looking, and yep, it was the fans. But I thought, holy crap, them things are really quiet. So they're not going to disturb you, I promise you that. See here. It's got a reset button if you should ever have any problems before you call them or whatever. Let's say something ain't working or it ain't acting right or whatever. I don't know if you can see it, and you should be able to. That little hole right there. Literally, it's just a hole. Kind of like what you do to an iPhone. You stick a paper clip in there and hold it for 1 second. 1 second only. And that'll put it back at factory new condition. You know, like I installed that new firmware update, which she said I really didn't need it, but let's just say I did need it and I put it in. I had to reset that. Well, I'd have to go back. It'd be just like it came in the mail. I'd have to go back in my app and just hit the button and reinsert the firmware, you know, because when you hit that button for 1 second, it puts it back at factory new. So, you know, all your settings, like I've got my power recharge set at, I think it's 750, let's call it. Well, I'd have to redo that too because I reset it. So just to let y'all know on that. You get the bag with all your cables and everything. So we see here. Yeah, and if again, setting idle, just turning it on and leaving it. It only used 18% of the battery, and that was for the whole battery cycle. So that's not much at all. Yeah, now I want to talk to you about this too. On your solar panels, they sell their own solar panels. You can get up to 5 and 200 watts. It makes up to 1,000 watts. They're expensive, I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I had to check this out too because different panels have different voltage and amps. And you got to make sure that whatever panels you're using will work on your generator, whether it's Blue Eddy or Alcatel or this. In one of my other videos, I talked about that with my Alcatel and my Blue Eddy. They accepted different voltage, so I couldn't use my old set for the Alcatels on my Blue Eddy. You could plug them in, the Blue Eddy the charge wouldn't even come on because they had to come up to, I think it was 32 volts. And my Alcatels, I'm wanting to say they was like 25, 27. It just wasn't quite there. So they wouldn't even turn on the Alcatel to accept the solar. I had to buy new panels and all that. You have to do the math on it. But on this one, it will accept 32 volt on the low end or 60 volt on the high end. So just remember that. 20 amps. So just remember that, because I'd hate for someone to buy this and you've already got an array of solar panels that you've got a lot of money into and you can't even use them. So, or you'll have to disconnect them. On my Blue Eddy ones, I've got 7 100 watt panels. All right. Blue Eddy says, which I already knew it, you just do the math, but I only could use 2 of them panels, possibly 3, maybe 3 at the most, but 2 for sure out of 7. And I thought, man, you know, at that rate, you know, you're just talking 200, maybe 300 watt panels, and you don't get the full efficiency out of the panel. If it's a 100 watt panel, you might draw 70, 75. If it's a really good panel, 80. But, you know, you can't get the full amount of that panel out of it. So, you know, you just need to watch on that. I just wanted to let you know. But, I mean, I guess that's really about it. You know, I would really appreciate, you know, if you got any questions or anything, please comment. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. That's all I ask. I don't do this for no money. I'm just a poor old country boy that likes to do videos on power stations and prepping. I believe I'm going to start getting some stuff out and showing y'all on food, water, preps to have, you know, things to think about besides a power station. But I do love doing power stations. In a way, this is my hobby. I love it. But I do highly recommend this unit. Oh my gosh, I do. I mean, highly recommend it. Yes, you will give a little bit more for it. Regular price was, I think, $2,000 before tax on Amazon. This was on sale. I got it for $15.99. Tax and all, it was $16.95 and some change. And that was to my door. And yes, it killed me. Believe me, it killed me. I really didn't have it, but, you know, I really wanted this, and I knew if I was going to get it, I better get it now instead of paying $2,000. So I got it, but wife give me that evil look. You know what I'm talking about, guys. She could use that money for other things, but I wanted this, and this, I believe, is going to be it for me on the solar generators. I've got enough, but I'd love to review some other ones if any other companies would love for me to review them. I know that's probably not going to happen, but I'm throwing it out there. Yes, I highly recommend this one. You're going to give a few extra bucks, but it's worth it. It really is, I will say. To me, again, Alcatel P2001 or the Blue Eddy AC 2000P, and this one here, the Anker 767. Any of these three, you can't go wrong. I'm just going to be honest with you. Faster solar charging with this and the Blue Eddy. The Alcatel can only take up to 500, but, you know, hey, it's still good for the money, but check them out in my other videos. But I just wanted to let you know, if you like it, get it. Especially while they're on sale. That's no joke. But it's a good looking unit. Easy to pull around. Packed good, packaged good, you know. You can't go wrong. You really can't. But again, the next videos, I believe I'm going to start breaking out some prepping stuff. Food, water, things to have, you know. Please stay tuned. Keep up with me. I do appreciate all of you tuning in. And God bless. And hope to see you back. Take it easy and have a great day.